Finally, there's the assumption that we can fiddle with mathematics on a sheet of paper in our study without any regard to the world and come up with mathematical formulas and equations that apply to and govern various phenomena in the manifest and deep structure worlds. Again, that's the claim that you make to the children that you'll show them later on as they get more ideas of what the world looks like or should look like. And that's the amazing thing with math there. And amazingly enough, this actually seems to work. So why should we expect that? Why do we come up against those ideas, and why should we expect it? And we'll talk a little bit more about expectations of science as well.
Yeah, good. And so notice what he's going to do now and say, we say that's common sense, these things, that kind of stuff. Maybe, but maybe not, right? He says in the history of Western thought, these assumptions have not always been embraced. Indeed, it is widely acknowledged, as a matter of fact, that the Christian view of God, especially as depicted in the Protestant Reformation, provided an intellectual ground for the assumption that the world is orderly, right? Many folks have made that claim. But he says it is typical that these days to hold a form of linguistic relativity, namely the view that it is groups or cultures or those who share a common language that carve up or construct the world and its order differently, right? So there it is there. What gives the world order? Well, it's our language or our worldview or that kind of stuff, right? And so in this way, different cultures literally live in different worlds with different principles of order because they speak different languages and so forth. So the orderliness doesn't come from the world itself. We somehow give it order by our language. He also gives the illustration here of Kant. Says, again, the order comes from within our minds, right? The mind gives order to the world. So again, is the world orderly? You have to argue for it. Some people say yes, some people say no, but that's a philosophical issue, not a scientific.
The most important point for our purposes is that the existence of an orderly, deep structure has not been evident to many people, including many contemporary scholars. And he says, once again, his purpose here is not to resolve this conflict or take sides, although he might hold to a certain side, but that's not his purpose here. Rather, he's trying to show that a portion of the academic community rejects this assumption of science. And the content of this assumption of science, along with the arguments both for and against it, are scientific in nature, and we can test it and we can break it apart in its atoms. No, that's not what it is. It's philosophical. It's not scientific in nature. And so again, if you're holding to the scientism that only the hard sciences can give you the truth, then this too, whatever part of the side is, there's a claim being made, but you're the scientist, this is in your field, which side do you fall on? Unless if I'm shown something that I can do the testing on and the hard sciences on, repeat it, write a paper on it, get peer reviewed, it doesn't make its way into the political nature whatsoever, then we're able to know truth that way. Except we're not able to do that here, and we're talking philosophical, and we have to make our argumentation, epistemology claims, and metaphysical assumptions. And that isn't in the realm of the hard sciences, that's in the realm of philosophy.
Yeah, good.